Hello, booktubers and other YouTubers who have taken your valuable time to visit me at my channel, Michael Romeo Talks Books. I'm Michael Romeo, and I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad you took the time out of your busy day to spend a little bit of time with me. I want to start with an apology. I made a New Year's resolution that I was going to post every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, and that has gone awry this past week. I have not posted according to schedule. It was a wonky week. Posting was erratic, if at all. And moving forward, I intend to do better. I didn't have anything. I should have done some batch recordings a couple of weeks ago and had something in the wings waiting to be posted, and I didn't. I just didn't have anything to put up, and I didn't have the time to sit down and record it. And when I did have the time to sit down and record it, I was dead tired and fell asleep in my chair. I actually, one time, fell asleep with my camera set up for me to do exactly what I'm doing here and nodded off before I could get it started. Anyway, that being said, today we're doing something fun. And at least I think it's fun. And I owe the inspiration for this to Jolene at Bookworm Adventure Girl, who did a similar post on her channel. And it was a clever idea. And I said, Jolene, I want to borrow your clever idea. And she said, absolutely, go right ahead. So, what I'm doing is I did a list. Jolene did her top 10. I'm doing my top 25 because I like excess. My top 25 reads based on Goodreads average rating. So what I did was I went to my folder of read books, and what you doing over there? My kids. My folder of read books, and I sorted them by average rating, and found what Goodreads says are the best books that I read. Some criteria. They had to have at least 1,000 reviews or ratings in order to be considered. Anything less than that, and I didn't consider it as a viable candidate for the list. Even though that maybe knock out a couple of really good ones. No box sets, because I don't read box sets, and yet somehow I got box sets in there. I don't know, maybe one book I read, that was the only way Goodreads had it. And on the same note, no omnibuses, no like 3 novels in one book. If I've read the 3 novels, I count the 3 novels individually, and will have their own ratings. So, that being said, my 25 best reads based on Goodreads and their average rating. And the ratings fall between, wow, this goes on a lot of pages. The highest rating is a 4.62, and the lowest rating is a 4.35. So I'm thinking I got pretty good taste in books, because that's not a big range. And 4.62 is just a hoot and a cry from a full-fledged 5. So I'm going to compare these to my ratings of the books as well, how I rated them in Goodreads. So to start off with, the first book is Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows by J.K. Rowling, with 3,670,871 ratings. It has an average of 4.62. I gave it a 4. A lot of people must have given it 5s. But I gave it a good solid 4. And number 2 is Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban by J.K. Rowling, with 4,122,284 ratings. It has an average rating of 4.58. I gave it a 4. Again, a lot of people must have given it a 5. Hey there, what you doing? You coming to say hi? Okay. Number 3, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire by J.K. Rowling, with 3,648,563 ratings. It came in at a 4.57. I gave it a 4. Number 4, we get a little bit of a change. The Return of the King, part of the Lord of the Rings trilogy, by J.R.R. Tolkien, with 892,043 ratings. It comes in at 4.56 on Goodreads. I gave it a 3. Good solid 3, but a 3 nonetheless. And then the number 5th book, with 187,990 ratings, coming in at 4.53. One of my favorite books of all time, Lonesome Dove by Larry McMurtry, with a 5-star rating from me. And then we've got number 6, Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. 541,423 ratings. Gave it a 4.51. I gave it a good hefty 4. That was a fun book. I thoroughly enjoyed it. There was very little that kept me from giving it a 5. But it could have rolled over if I had been probably in a different mood. Number 7, he's back. Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix by J.K. Rowling, with 3,347,765 ratings. It has a 4.50. I gave it a 4. So, you see, I gave the Harry Potter books, I gave them all 4s, because that's where they seem to fall for me. Now we're starting to line up here, because 4 versus 4.5, a little bit closer. And then book 8, Every Living Thing by James Herriot, the final book in his All Creatures Great and Small series, has 15,534 ratings, coming in at a 4.48. I gave it a 3. The rest of the series was much better than this final volume. The final volume just felt like, oh, fans are clamoring for another book, let's go ahead and give it to them. And it felt a little bit forced, the way I read it. And then number 9, we've got a return to J.R.R. Tolkien with The Two Towers. This has 955,968 ratings with an average rating of 4.48. I gave it a 4. I liked it better than the rest of the series. It was my favorite of the 3 books. And I also, I don't know if you, no, I guess you're not really seeing any of it, but I have crossouts here because I realized there was a whole bunch of stuff in here that I had on the list that were reference books for me. They were research, and I took those off and just went with what I read for pleasure. Number 10, you guessed it, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone by J.K. Rowling. 9,935,623 ratings. It's the first book of the series. Tells you that a lot of people didn't go on with the series, doesn't it? It came in with an average rating of 4.47. I gave it a 4. And then we have, in number 11, The Help by Catherine Stockett. Delightful book. Guys, if you've not read it, really worth the read. 2,738,133 ratings gave it a 4.47. I gave it a 4. And then we have at number 12, The Complete Adventures of Peter Rabbit by Beatrix Potter. I was chuckled at that one. 15,426 ratings gives it a 4.47. I gave it a 4. I like 4s. Maybe that's my angel number. Something. I should have it tattooed on me. For... never mind. I don't believe in that. Number 13. A Breath of Snow and Ashes by Diana Gabaldon. 176,410 ratings gave it a 4.44. I gave it a 3. It was not my favorite of the series. I think other books in the series are far better. And number 14, return to an earlier series, The Lord God Made Them All by James Herriot. Again, part of his All Creatures Great and Small series. 27,499 ratings gave it a 4.44. I gave it a 3. Again, it was at the end of the series, and he was petering out, I think. Other people obviously didn't think so. But here we go with him again. Number 15, All Things Wise and Wonderful, James Herriot. 34,616 ratings gave it a 4.43. I gave it a 3. The earlier books in the series I gave a higher rating. Number 16. I think this is the last one. Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets by J.K. Rowling. Is that all of them by now? I think we've got all of them. 3,877,762 ratings gave it a 4.43. I gave it a 4. Number 17. Shogun by James Clavell. 176,100 ratings gave it a 4.40. I gave it a solid 5. This book blew me away. I could not stop turning the pages. It is that thick, maybe thicker. And I went through it like it was a 300-page book. I couldn't put it down. I loved it. Read it till I fell asleep every night. And then number 18, we've got Voyager by Diana Gabaldon. 305,898 ratings gives it a 4.39 on Goodreads. I gave it a 4. And then 19, it had to be here, The Fellowship of the Rings by J.R.R. Tolkien. 2,788,680 readers rated it, giving it a 4.39. I gave it a 3. Again, I like the second book best. Number 20, another series. This one, Light from Heaven by Jan Karen, part of the At Home in Mitford series of books. Gave it the 14,502 ratings, gave it a 4.39. I gave it a 3. It was not my favorite of the series. Other books in the series got 4s and 5s from me. But that one, this one just was like in the middle. It just kind of didn't really do anything. Book 21, James Herriot's Animal Stories, a collection of his short stories, that is. 1,827 ratings, gave it a 4.38 on Goodreads. I gave it a 3. Number 22, How the Grinch Stole Christmas by Dr. Seuss. 411,101 ratings, gave it a 4.38. I gave it a 4. Pretty close. Number 23. Yes, I did read this as an adult. The Story of Ferdinand the Bull by Monroe Leaf. 91,853 ratings, gave it a 4.36 on Goodreads. Hi, Toby. Yeah, Ferdinand the Bull. Yeah, I remember I read it to you. Yeah, I thought you liked it. What? Something in my ear? Oh, okay. I gave it a 4. Number 24, Winnie the Pooh by A.A. Milne. Okay, getting a little bit into my secret pleasures here. 325,226 ratings, gave it a 4.36. I gave it a 4. And finally, rounding out the list, you know he had to show up on here somewhere. Number 25, Different Seasons by Stephen King. 203,942 ratings, gave it a 4.35 on Goodreads. I gave it a 5. That was one of my favorite Stephen King books of all time. Still is. Every story in it, it's a novella of 4 stories. 4? Yeah, 4 stories. And every one of them is a riveting read. And is definitely worth it. And even if you don't think you're a Stephen King fan, go ahead and give it a try, because it's not horror. It's some suspense. But it basically showed his talent as a literary writer, not instead of a popular writer. And I was really impressed with the stories in Different Seasons. And that's my top 25 based on Goodreads average ratings compared to my ratings. I gave a lot of 4s in that stack. I guess I might give a lot of 4s. I give a lot of 5s too. I am also going to do, coming up shortly, the 25 lowest rated books on Goodreads based on their average ratings. And I've started compiling. I ran out of time last night and had to go to work. It's a completely different kind of list. For instance, there's no Harry Potter, no J.R. Tolkien, no... you get the drift. But anyway, it was a fun little exercise. I'm glad Jolene came up with the idea. And like I said, I'm going to do the reverse of it, which I don't think Jolene has done yet. And do the lowest rated books. And even those, they're not very low rated. My reading taste seems to be pretty consistently solid, according to Goodreads anyway. And yes, Toby. Oh. Thanks a lot. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, okay. Can you fix my hair now? Thank you. What are you gonna do with it, Toby? Anyway, he's not the only one here. There's Tetley. She always has to say hello. She's my little baby. Mwah, my little baby doll. And Toffee the Princess is over here on the other chair next to me. It's curled up on one of my shirts. Trappist is down here. Tyrus is over there. She's standoffish. And Trappist is just old. Can't really jump up on my lap anymore without help. Anyway, the pack's here. They say hi. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, what are you waiting for? Just click the subscribe button. And you get notifications anytime I put up content, like when I'm out of sync with my content schedule and I put something up on a Wednesday, which is not a posting day for me. Actually, I think I may be recording this on a Wednesday, but I think I'm going to save it for Saturday, since I don't have anything for Saturday yet. So, this will go up on Saturday. And I've got to do Poetry Thursday, which I totally missed. I think I missed it 2 weeks in a row now. Maybe 1 week. I've missed 2. It may not be in a row. I want to get consistent with that because I love poetry and I love sharing poetry. I love reading poetry out loud. there's just something wonderful about that experience. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. It does something to the algorithm that I don't understand, and I'm sure somebody could explain it to me at some point, but I really don't need to know. But when people give me thumbs up, my videos do well, and they get passed on to other people, and they get recommended, and all this other stuff. So yeah, take a moment and give it a thumbs up. And comments. I love your comments, folks. I love to talk to you about what your opinions on the books I'm talking about, and what are you reading right now, and what are your top rated books on Goodreads. Just anything. Just leave comments. I love to talk to you. Leave something about the pack if you want. And I guess that's it for now. I'm going to go find a poem to read for Poetry Thursday. And probably do a couple of others while my wife is still sleeping and I'm home from work and it's my days off starting now. So yeah, it's a good time to get some batch filming in. So we're going to do it. And we'll talk to you again later. Thanks again for spending your time with me. Talk to you soon. Bye.